Stop trying to make a feast out of breadcrumbs because it's only going to make you feel unsatisfied in your life. When we are getting breadcrumbed by someone, basically what this means is that they are giving us little bits of attention or affection that keep us holding on, wanting something more from this person. But we never truly feel seen or loved by them. They don't see our value and they string us along and we chase them like a puppy dog. It sucks. It is just the worst, honestly. I personally have gone through this chase of trying to make a feast out of breadcrumbs. This line came into my mind one day when I was in the thick of it. I was trying to not even convince, but just like chasing after someone who, quite frankly, didn't really want me and didn't really like me at the end of the day. It was a harsh reality, but it was a lesson in life that I needed to get through in order to understand what true love really means to me. And it is not making a feast out of breadcrumbs. True love is not that. But today we are going to be talking about how this sort of happens and like why it happens and how you can help yourself when it comes to these feelings, because they don't feel good and it kind of happens for a reason. It is a lesson, unfortunately, that you are having to learn in life and in love. And it's a lesson that I've had to learn. So don't be ashamed that you might be trying to make a feast out of breadcrumbs right now. It's something that people go through and it's a part of your journey and your development. It sucks. You don't deserve to be breadcrumbed by someone. You don't deserve to make, just like try to convince someone to like you or to want to be with you or to be attracted to you. A person should just feel that way about you if they are worth your time. But it's like this sick cycle that we can get attached to, this idea of trying to make a feast out of breadcrumbs. Because at the end of the day, you are probably like me and you are somewhat of an optimist, maybe even a hopeless romantic. And you want to find true love. And maybe you are attaching an idea onto this person that is breadcrumbing you, that they can make you feel the satisfaction that you desire in life. But they're never going to. Remember what I said, you are never going to be satisfied trying to make a feast out of breadcrumbs. So let's get into what breadcrumbing actually is. I've already kind of given you a definition earlier, but just to reiterate, breadcrumbing is when someone gives you just enough attention or affection that keeps you reeled in, that keeps you connected to them, where you are also giving them attention and affection when they want it on their terms, but it leaves you feeling like you aren't truly being seen or loved or valued by this person because they aren't doing those things. They're just not putting in the real work that you deserve for a relationship. Right now, you might be sitting there or doing whatever you're doing while you're listening to this in the background, being like, oh, okay, I think I'm getting breadcrumbed. Let me just tell you a couple of signs, a couple of things, a couple of ways that someone might be breadcrumbing you that you could see. And if they're doing this, reconsider, take a moment and just be like, you know what, is this actually like what I want? Is this actually what I deserve? Okay. Anyways, first things first, inconsistent communication. This person might be texting you whenever it's convenient for them. Maybe it's not even every day or multiple times a day or whatever it is. They are not consistently communicating with you. You're left there sitting, thinking, reeling, being like, when is this person going to reach out to me? If this person is not consistently communicating with you or even trying to just see you in person. Maybe they are just not even wanting to take things like off of texting and just only communicating with you like over text and not trying to make plans to see you in person. It can look so different with those two things. I feel like they're kind of tied. It's like inconsistent communication and then also just like not trying to spend time with you. But they're still trying to communicate with you like when it's on their terms, but they're not trying to hang out with you. They're not trying to see you. They're not trying to ask you how you're doing or like how your day is. Like it's kind of just like a casual conversation that you have in the background. I don't really know. It's very weird. Breadcrumbing is an interesting thing that we go through. Going along with that, I feel as though this idea of vague promises is something else that is very apparent when someone is breadcrumbing you. It kind of looks like, oh, we should hang out, but then never actually makes legitimate plans to hang out with you. That feeling sucks when you just want to hang out with the person that you are romantically involved with, either in a relationship with or just casually dating situationship. I don't care. I mean, I don't know. Not I don't care. I care about you. But whatever your situation looks like, if this person is not trying to make legit plans with you, at least once a week, they are breadcrumbing you. If you are on a dating app and you are messaging someone and you're really into them, but you're just like not, like they're just not trying to make a date to see you within the first week or two of you guys messaging, they are breadcrumbing you. They are not that interested. It's just the reality of how these things are. If you're interested in someone and you want to pursue things with them, you will try to see them. If someone's not doing that with you, they are breadcrumbing you. Reconsider your investment, your emotional attachment to this person. Okay, now that I got that over with, let's talk about hot and cold behavior. This one is an emotional roller coaster. When you are communicating with someone or hanging out with someone where it's like they are giving you all of their attention and all of their affection one day, but then ignoring you for, a couple of days, a week, whatever. And then they come back and they're like, oh, we should hang out and have fun, have a good day together. And then you do that and then you don't see them again and they're not wanting to hang out with you. That sucks. That is such an emotional roller coaster. And what that shows you is that this person is not able to commit. They just want to have fun. They don't want a serious relationship. They just want someone to fill the time. You don't deserve that. You deserve someone who wants to consistently spend time with you and consistently gives you affection. If they are having that hot and cold behavior with you, that is something that you need to evaluate because that will throw you in for a crazy ride and it's never fun. What this hot and cold behavior also kind of relates to is like this gray area where you don't really know like where you stand with that person because they never really say where you stand with them. They're never like, oh, I really like you. Maybe they are, but that's like more like hot and cold behavior. Like if they say that they like you and then like they ignore you, that's really weird. But like this gray area, I guess more specifically, is when you are talking to this person, you're hanging out with this person, going on dates with this person, whatever, and they just don't really tell you how they actually feel about you or what they want with you, but they still keep you around. Like to be in the gray area is such a suffocating place to be because you don't want to ruin the prospect of something good, but like it's not that good. And you also don't want to walk away because it's not like that bad. And they do give you like affection like sometimes. And then like you just don't really know when you're a little confused and you're like, like I don't even know what to do because I'm so confused. You should not be that confused. No one should be leaving you in the gray area if they are really wanting to be with you. There's no such thing as that if someone is ready to commit themselves to you and to a relationship. There is no gray area. When someone wants you. That's it. Another really weird thing that can happen when you are kind of being breadcrumbed by someone is that they like all of your social media posts. They look at everything that you do. Maybe even they like swipe up on your story and comment something, but they never text you. They never asked you to hang out. They never try to make plans. Like they're just doing all this like weird stuff on social media to just be like, oh, thinking about you. You look good. Think about me. I liked your photo. I liked your story, whatever. They want you to think about them because they know that if they do something like that, that they will be on the top of your mind. That, low key, is emotional manipulation in a weird way. It is something that we do that I just like, there needs to be studies that go on about that and like come back. But I genuinely think that when someone is just liking all your posts on social media and like not wanting to commit themselves to you, but like kind of like trying to keep you like on a leash by giving you just enough attention and affection by doing stuff like that on social media, weird. I definitely think that it's something that happens more when you are younger. At least that's my experience with it, but it kind of just can happen at any age too. Like social media is just weird. Social media is weird and people can use it in weird ways. We all know this. But if they're liking all your posts and not really trying to communicate with you or text you or try to hang out with you, they're breadcrumbing you. It's the honest truth. I'm going to get into more specific signs that you're getting breadcrumbed. And I really, as I go through these, I wrote them down and I'm going to read them. As I'm reading through these, I really want you to think about your situation right now. And if any of these feel relevant to you and you're like, oh, that's what I'm doing right now. Take a moment, assess, and reconsider, is this what you want in a relationship? Because that's not how a relationship is supposed to feel. You are not supposed to be going through any of these signs that I'm about to read to you. You're always the one texting first or trying to make plans. You feel anxious about where you stand with them. You're constantly overthinking their actions, wondering whether or not they are interested in you or if you are just an option. You find yourself making excuses for them. And this can look like, oh, maybe they're just busy, or, oh, maybe they're just not good at texting. If someone wants to communicate with you, they will communicate with you, period. Conversations stay at surface level. They do not try to really get to know you, to try to go to that deeper level, that more vulnerable level of talking and communicating. If you don't know how they feel in life, how are you supposed to know how they feel about you? They never define the relationship. If you guys have been seeing each other for a while, and by a while, I mean like close to a month, and this person is dodging conversations left and right about how they feel about you or where you stand with them, this person is breadcrumbing you so hard. Like so hard. They are leaving you in that gray area that I previously mentioned. They only show up when it is convenient for them. If you really want to see someone, you will make time in your busy schedule to see them. If they do not do that with you, they are not interested in you. They are breadcrumbing you. If they disappear for days or weeks and only pop up when they're feeling lonely or their ego needs a good stroke or whatever it is, if your gut is telling you that something is off, if your gut is telling you that you deserve something more, that you need something more than what you are currently getting, that is a sign, a telltale sign that you are being breadcrumbed. If your gut is telling you that something is off, listen to it, because it probably is. If you are nodding along or agreeing with a lot of the things that I'm saying about how this person is making you feel or what they are doing, they are breadcrumbing you. And you need to sit there and reevaluate the value that this person brings into your life. Are they making you feel loved? Are they making you feel seen? Are they making you feel heard? Do they see your value? Do they? Seriously, like, are you wishing that they are communicating with you more? Are you wishing that they are showing you more affection? Are you wishing that they bring you around to their friends or their family or any of these things that you would do for them? Are they doing the same things that you would do for them to you? Are they bringing you into their life, showing you who they actually are and allowing you to just be a part of their life? Are they doing that? Do they want to be a part of yours? Are they trying to get to know you? Are they trying to show you how they feel? Because people will show you how they feel. Your gut will know if something is off. If this person isn't making you feel the way that you want to feel when you are in love in a relationship or dating someone, if you're wishing that this person is texting you more, calling you more, trying to see you more, taking you on romantic dates, giving you affection in the way that you are desiring, you have to think about it. Like, you have to sit there and really think, is this person leading me on? Am I getting breadcrumbed by this person that I'm romantically connected with? You really have to think about it, because if they wanted to, they would. If they wanted to spend their time with you, they would fit you into their busy schedule. If they wanted to just see how you're doing, they would ask. If they want to show their gratitude for you and their appreciation and how attractive they think you are, they would tell you. Period. Point blank. I think I've made my point. But if you are stuck with this attachment to this person, to this investment that you've probably made by trying to make a feast out of breadcrumbs, because it is an emotional investment. You put a lot of time and attention and value on this person, this relationship, situationship, whatever. You are probably really attached to the idea of them. And this is something where you really have to take a moment, sit there and think to yourself, how much value have I given this person? And do they even deserve that value? Where is the lack in my life that I am needing them to fill? Where is the void that I am wanting them to fill, that when they give me that rush, that text, that whatever, that is just enough to keep me hanging on? Why? Why do I put so much value in the little things that they're giving me? You really it's so hard. It's so hard. But we're going to get into some of the things that you might be going through internally when it comes to this being stuck in the process of trying to make breadcrumbs trying to make a feast out of breadcrumbs. Oh my God. I lost my train of thought. But I just want you to take a moment and sit with yourself and think, are you doing this to yourself? At the beginning of this episode, I mentioned that you might be an optimist in your heart. You might be a hopeless romantic. You might be someone who can see the potential in people, who could see the potential in things. But maybe people aren't living up to that potential that you have placed upon them in your mind. That is so hard to let go of, because this is something that I have recognized about myself and I've come to terms with in the past, is that I have a lot of love to give. I am a person where loving other people comes naturally to me, but loving myself is not, it's not second nature. It's something that I had to learn over time. It's so easy for us to sort of get lost in the idea of someone else if we are not fully okay with the idea of ourselves. Because if we can see the potential in someone else, maybe they can see the potential in us as well. But that's not everyone. And that's a really hard position to put yourself in. When we are stuck trying to make a feast out of breadcrumbs, it is like this illusion of potential. We see what we can be with this person. We can see what this person, the value that this person can add to our lives. but we're not actually seeing the person and the situation that is in front of us. And it sucks. It is like so painful to come to terms with the reality of what's happening right now, because we could be so delusionally optimistic and such a hopeless romantic, but there's a reason why the word hopeless is in front of the word romantic. Like, it is hopeless. There is no hope for that sort of romance. And it also kind of ties in with this idea of the scarcity mindset, where if you are someone who kind of thinks to yourself like, oh, like nothing is going to be as good as it is right now, like nothing is going to be better than this person that's in front of me, I'm never going to have anything better, like it can never get better than this right now. If you are in that mindset, that scarcity mindset, that is a tough one to break out of, and it is something that is so attached to trying to make a feast out of breadcrumbs. When we are in a scarcity mindset, we believe that if we walk away, that we won't find anything better. But chances are you will. Like, getting breadcrumbed by someone is not true love. It's just not. Depending on how much time, energy, and effort you have put into this relationship, situationship, dating this person for however long, usually the longer that you stay with someone, the more likely you are to continue to stay with someone. It's that emotional and time investment piece that kind of keeps you around. And maybe they know that too. The longer you stay, the harder it is to leave, because you get so attached to this person. You might even have such a strong attachment to the thrill of the chase, of this push-pull, breadcrumb dynamic that you have with this person, that you just, like, the highs are so high, but the lows are so low, and you live for the highs and you deal with the lows because you just want to have that dopamine rush that you get from affection and just attention from this person. The cycle of inconsistent communication, attention, affection keeps you hooked like a freaking slot machine. Like, you are just sitting there waiting for your next hit. You're waiting for your reward. So I gave you a lot of things to think about. If you are struggling with this dynamic, this push-pull, this inconsistency, this trying to make a feast out of breadcrumbs dynamic in love, you have to reconsider the relationship. You have to help yourself now. If this is something that, even just clicking on this video, you probably had a feeling deep down that this person is breadcrumbing you. And I just want you to take the time after this video to really sit with yourself and evaluate how this person makes you feel, how you wish they made you feel, and the inconsistency between those two things. Maybe this is something that you talk to a loved one about. Maybe this is something that you talk to a therapist about. Maybe this is something that you simply think about or just journal about. Whatever it is, get this thought, this discrepancy between who this person actually is and what they are giving you to what you are wanting from them, and see how big that gap is. Because chances are it is a massive gap if this person is breadcrumbing you. You do not deserve to be breadcrumbed any longer. When you see that discrepancy between the idea and the thing that you actually want versus what you are getting from this person, you then need to turn inwards and reevaluate your standards. You need to really think about what the baseline and the minimum is for you. Because if someone is giving you the bare minimum and it is like nothing, like you are settling for zilch, like literally like no attention, affection, or time from this person, you really need to reevaluate what your standards are. And your standards are the things that make you feel seen, loved, and heard by a person fully. That is what standards are. It's not the baseline, like, oh, like, you know, like some communication is nice and a date every once in a while would be nice. Those are not standards. That's settling. Standards are what you really need in order for you to feel fulfilled in love. reevaluate your standards. What do you need for you to feel satisfied? Stop making excuses for yourself, for this other person. It's so easy to make excuses, but if this person is showing you that they do not care, that you are not worth their time, that you are not worth their energy, you need to stop making excuses for them. If they say that they care, but their actions don't match, it is time for you to face the facts. Do not feed the cycle. Every single time that you engage with breadcrumb behavior, you are letting it continue. Stop that. Stop it. Cut it out. Make this a moment where you are not going to submit yourself to this cycle that is trying to make a feast out of breadcrumbs. If they are not putting in the effort, stop putting yours in. At the end of the day, it's about you knowing your worth and what you truly want in life and in love. You do not need to beg for attention. That is not fair to you. You do not have to do that. If they are not showing up fully, then you walk away. Move on and make space for someone who will. Because there is a person out there who sees the value in who you truly are, who wants to see you, who wants to know you, who wants to love you. You deserve a love that feels full and vibrant and satisfies you emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually. All of the realms of yourself should be supported by this person that you are with in a relationship, situationship, casual dating. I don't care. I don't care how it is for you or how you want to go about dating. But for me, I'm someone who I want to be in a serious relationship with someone because I get emotionally invested in people, and you know, I can't be breadcrumbed. Otherwise, my spirit will be crushed. I will be a shell of a human being if I am breadcrumbed. And maybe you can relate to that too. I feel like a lot of people can relate to just feeling like they are just not themselves when they are being led on by someone. You can really feel like a shell of a human when you're going through this cycle with someone. It can seriously deteriorate your self-worth. Maybe you started seeing this person at a time in your life where you had high self-worth and this person has just sucked it out of you. Maybe you met this person when you were at a point of low worth and they continue that feeling within you that feels like a new norm. Whatever it is, you deserve so much more. You deserve authentic, true love. And I hope that you find it. Stop trying to make a feast out of breadcrumbs. You deserve so much more than you even know. You don't deserve to be someone's backup plan. You deserve to be someone's priority. Stop trying to make a feast out of breadcrumbs because it will never leave you satisfied. I want you to take some time today and just journal or talk to someone about what this feeling, what this podcast episode has brought up in you. I hope it's invigorated you to try and make a change in your life, to walk away from someone who frankly doesn't even want to stand in front of you. You deserve so much better than that. I want anyone who comes across my videos to just have such an authentic and happy, satisfied, loving life and relationship with people. I hope that love finds you. You gotta love yourself first. Stay true to you. Bye.